Welcome to Katie Calls BS, the podcast where we cut through the noise in course creation, digital products, and business strategy. I'm Katie Miller, bringing you blunt advice, real action steps, and the occasional F-bomb because building a business is hard and the BS isn't helping. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Katie Calls BS. There's a moment in business when you realize the business that got you here isn't the business you want to keep running. You built it, you grew it, it filled your calendar, you busted your ass to get here. But now it's not working for you the same way. Not because it's failing, because it is working. It just requires you everywhere, in every little crevice of your business. Every system, every contract, every part of it, every little bit of marketing requires you to show up. And you're kind of tired. It requires you in ways you don't want anymore. This tension that you're feeling is evolution. It's supposed to happen, but it's not always easy. We label it burnout. We label it as this feeling of wanting to burn it all to the ground, but I don't think that's what it is. It's just the evolution of business. We all start gritty. We do the custom work. We say yes to everything. We say yes to all the clients. We over-deliver. We stay way too close to the work. We network like crazy at the beginning, getting our name out there. It's how our contracts end up so rock solid from all of the client work. We put in extra clauses in our contracts. At one point, it worked for us. It fit our lives. It fit our energy. It fit our ambition at the time. But then life shifts. Our kids get older. The demands on our time changes. Our schedule changes, our capacity shifts, our standards rise, or we simply grow and we want something different. Suddenly, the machine that we built, this business that we built, the machine that runs entirely on our presence alone feels like a little too much. It feels like a lot. When the revenue on us showing up all the time, you kind of start to wonder if there's an alternative. I'm sure you felt it too. You may have had this thought before of like, something's got to be different. It can't be just me showing up all the time. You start to want space from your business and explore what it could look like if you do something a little bit different. Maybe if you take fewer live calls, maybe if you added a digital product. But you start to kind of feel this resentment towards what your calendar looks like for the week. Like, I don't want to do that meeting. You dread client calls you used to enjoy, or you dread the live that you have every month. You feel trapped by the success that you built for yourself, that you worked so hard for. You know you could build something smarter. You had all these ideas of what that was going to look like, but we got tired because there's about 5,000 things coming at us. We feel guilty for wanting it to change. We might think, I should be grateful for where I am. I should be grateful for what I have because I've built this amazing thing that's sitting right in front of me. Look at this business that I've built, but it's okay to want space. When we get to this point, people try to raise their prices, they rebrand, they hire a VA or other help. They maybe launch that one digital product or two digital products, or this is the time when they think, I'm going to launch the course, or I'm going to launch this other thing, or I'm going to do a workshop, and they dabble in the automatic income. None of these changes the structure of your business because you didn't build a bad business. You built a business that was optimized for who you were when you started. That required a lot of you. It required your time, your energy, your presence, your brain, your live problem solving, your in-person problem solving. It required that. You built a machine that runs on you. And now you want a little bit of space. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you're evolving. We're allowed to evolve. The business you want reflects who you're becoming. This can be so challenging for a lot of business owners because what you're doing, what you've been doing, has worked. It's really hard to pivot from something that's been working. If you're known for being really hands-on and you're known for being really hands-on with your clients, who are you if you're not? You have a fear of income dips if you pivot away from this hands-on work and that feels really predictable, because if you shift away from that and start doing digital products or doing something different and doing workshops, what if it doesn't work? Because building these different things or building a learning library or building digital assets, it's uncertain and that's scary. That's always scary when you start building something new and different. You don't know what it's going to look like, but you know that whatever is happening right now, this feeling that you have when you want to pivot, you don't want that forever. You don't want this live and in person forever because that may not have been your forever goal, but you knew that you had to do the one-on-one at the beginning. You don't know how to make the shift to your business needing you all the time to not needing you without blowing it all up. It's not about quitting your one-on-one work or being the only person who does it tomorrow or ever if it's something you love doing. If you love being hands-on and being the only person doing all the work, you don't ever have to quit that. That's what I don't think a lot of people understand about digital products. You don't ever have to stop doing the one-on-one work. If you love your client work and you want that to still be what you do all day, every day, continue doing that, please. Nobody is asking you to stop or telling you that you ever have to stop that. But there's going to be a limit. There's only so many days in the week that you can work and so many hours in the week that you can work. This is about designing your next version intentionally. Digital learning suites are not an escape plan. They shouldn't be your escape or your, this is my ticket out. They're a restructuring tool. They allow you to extract your thinking, to structure your expertise in a different way than doing a live coaching or a one-on-one package. They reduce the repetition of your daily work. It creates progression for your clients and attracts new clients without you doing live calls all day. It separates revenue from your time. Because again, you only have so much time in your day. You only have certain hours that you want to work, but you don't build them all at once. You can't say, I am going to take this week and build my entire digital learning suite. You have to build them strategically. It's not one digital product that is going to change your life. If you build one or throw something out there, you have just something else you're managing, along with the work that you're doing every day. It doesn't have a role. It's not replacing anything if you're just throwing one digital product out there. You have just created that extra thing. It didn't replace anything, and it doesn't fit into any path for your business. A one-and-done digital product rarely shifts anything in your business. So if you are someone who hasn't seen success with a digital product that you created, you probably created a one-and-done digital product. It didn't shift anything in your business, and you're thinking, digital products don't work. That's not the answer. It wasn't the digital product's fault. It wasn't your fault either. It just didn't have a job to do. It just was kind of out there. Maybe it was really good and you created something that was a stellar product, but it didn't really have a job to do within your business. There wasn't any clear path for it. If you want to create digital learning in your business, it cannot be random offers, an automatic income experiment, or a side project you test out. It is going to support your core service. It has to provide value, and it has to lead into your other offers and allow you to step back if that's your goal. You have to start with stabilizing what's working. You have to make sure that your core offer actually works, that the results are consistent. So this is not for someone who is just starting out, who hasn't actually tested out their core offer. Not every business owner can start out and say, okay, well, I just started a business and I don't even know if my core offer works. Your core offer has to be really clear and the results have to be consistent. Your process has to be clear. You can't extract anything from something you haven't defined. You also have to document what you repeat. So if you look at the last 10 clients you had and you're repeating explanations, answering the same questions, and teaching the same framework, fixing the same early mistakes for all 10 of those clients, that's future curriculum. All of that should be a digital product. You should not be doing that for every client. You don't have to replace yourself entirely. Nobody's asking you to replace yourself entirely. Everybody has different goals for how much they want to replace themselves. Start with onboarding, expectation setting, foundational education. So this is when clients are coming to you, the beginning stages. All of that can be something that is a digital product. Prep work before one-on-one, a great place to be a digital product. Eliminating these areas of live instruction to streamline your process and making the learning process more valuable for your clients is gold. That's an easy place to start. If you can assign roles to new products instead of saying, I need to have a digital product. Do you? What job does the product do? You can't just throw something out there and not have a job for it. Does it pre-qualify your clients? Does it prepare them for anything? Is it replacing a portion of your one-on-ones? Does it support between sessions? Is it extending results after a client worked with you? Products need purpose. You can't just throw them out there and wish them luck and hope your clients get something from it. It's not going to work. No wonder you're frustrated. They have to work for your business. If you say you want space from your business, that's totally fine, but you have to create it first. And you can use digital products to do that, but you have to block your time to create them. And you have to block your time for space from your business. You have to treat asset building like client work. No one accidentally builds a learning suite. They don't stumble into it. They build it intentionally. This shift into digital learning and building digital products is less about strategy and more about permission for you. It's okay to want a different schedule and to want deeper work and want fewer calls and want scalable revenue. You're not abandoning your clients when you want all those things. You just want something a little different than when you started. You're designing your business for who you are right now. You're designing sustainability. Now, if you don't shift, if you keep running a business for the version of you that you've outgrown, you're going to start resenting it. Your creativity will kind of drift or kind of stay stagnant. Your patience for all the little things that you have to do for your business, it'll shrink and kind of wear a little thin. You might fantasize about burning it all down, not because your business is bad or because it's failed. It's just kind of there. It's existing. That's not why you started your business. You didn't start a business, this business, about something you were so excited about for it to exist. Your business evolves with you as you grow and learn as a person and as a business owner and in your field. As we design the next version of your business intentionally, we have to look at the gaps, which is what we do with an audit. The audit can look at the gaps that includes clarifying your product roles, mapping progression, restructuring delivery, aligning revenue with your current life, and building learning assets that make sense. This is looking at where you're going, not just where you've been, but what is working right now and what you have in your business that already exists. We're not trying to build new. We're not jumping into building. We're trying to work with what you already have. Because you're totally allowed to outgrow your business and outgrow the business you've built and pivot and evolve. It doesn't make you inconsistent. It makes you ambitious. We're all ambitious. We're entrepreneurs. The question isn't, should I burn it down? Should I close my business? Should I just quit? The question is, how do I evolve in my business and make sure it's still something I love without breaking it completely? What are the goals that I want so that it continues to be something that I love? And that starts with deciding what you actually want your business to require from you next. What do you actually want it to be? And if you've ever had passive income, which it's not actually passive if you listen to last week's episode, if you've ever wanted automatic income and you've wanted to build digital products and you know that you have the expertise to do it because you do, now's the time to do it. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? You know you have something you can teach. There's a way to do it and still continue to work with clients and do the things that you love to do. It's just all in how you structure it. Have a great day. I'll see you next week. If this episode hit home, your next step isn't to build anything. It's to audit what you already have. I offer a paid infrastructure audit where I review your current offers, delivery load, and where your business is relying too heavily on you. You'll get a clear decision doc and a Loom walkthrough outlining what actually makes sense next. The link is in the show notes.